I started cycling far too late to become a racer. Instead, I'm just a suiveur, a follower trying to follow the thread of old stories that make the legend of the Tour de France. The acts of bravery, the dramas, the epics and the cheating, with the hope of coming across a few ghosts on the way. One should be wary of what one reads. Take the writer Antoine Blondin and his 500 Chronicles on the Great Loop. It was a bit because of him that I found myself in Bayonne one day in June in the middle of the night. From the Pays Basque, I did not see much. The champions of 1913 also left at 3 o'clock in the morning. The Bayonne-Luchon stage is one of the most famous in the Tour Odyssey. Eugène Christophe breaks his fork in the descent of the Tourmalet, walks a dozen of kilometers on foot before repairing it himself in a forge at Sainte-Marie-de-Campan. The champions have the name on the chart, the call of the Tour de France too. In this respect, L'Aubisque is a solid landmark. Climbed by the Tour in 1910, it has been 72 times since. In his newspaper, Henri Desgranges, the creator of Le Tour, described a particularly chaotic scene. The cyclists have to dismount several times because of the poor condition of the road. Nothing in comparison with the road on which I am riding today. Just like the year before, Christophe reaches the top in the lead before diving into the cyclist of Littor. A good omen for the man who was nicknamed the Old Gallic for the length of his moustache. In 1913, he is 28, which is not quite young for a sportsman. I will almost pass for an old man as a 50-year-old. Christophe is far ahead of me at the foot of the Tourmalet, a sharp rise, with his hand in zigzag. Le Tour is a surface test with roots in its depth, said Blondin again. Our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents rushed to the edge of the roads to cheer Bobet, Anquetil or Poulidor, Thévenet, Hinault and even Richard Virenque. Following the same roads as the champions of yesterday is a way to go back in time at the same time as we advance. To recall a story that is our story. Le Tour de France allows us to see both sides of the mirror. The past and the present, newspaper and radio and television, black and white and color, champions and amateur cyclists, heroes and us, ordinary people. I took the ritual picture in front of the panel, but I did not stay long. I prefer the present to the past. First, apply the brakes in the first curves, without stopping at the place where Christophe fell. The day shows its first signs of fatigue before declining under the effect of an invisible dimer. To buckle the buckle, from night to night. For the champions, it is in the last pass that the races are won. For the amateur, it looks more like a way of the cross. I went up to Aspin, to Loudanvielle and Peyresourde. I watched every road sign of every kilometer. I felt forest around me, noticed the light and men living below. The Belgian Philippe Thys arrived in Luchon around 5 in the afternoon. Eugène Christophe arrived at 8:30. I arrived a century later, around 9 o'clock. I do not care about the numbers, but they still tell us who those guys were and the size of their exploit. I was cooked, I would say in jargon. I get down from the bike and smile like a kid. Tonight, the old Gallic is me.